Welcome to Antico Australia. I'm David Jones, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the UWK ES 1752 46 bottle capacity single zone wine cellar. Now, whenever I talk about bottle capacity, it's always measured on 750ml Bordeaux bottles. Now, when we have a look at this particular unit, you'll notice that it's fully integrated into the bench line itself with venting down the base. Now, the venting is actually supplied with the unit, so you don't need any extra vents, etc. First of all, having a look at the door, you'll notice stainless steel, lockable door, obviously for security purposes. Double glazed tinted glass. Now, this is basically UV protection to make sure that we keep as much UV light out of the unit as possible, because that's detrimental to our wine and our labels, etc. Having a look inside, the first thing that you'll notice is we have a top control panel, which is there so we can see the temperature and adjust the temperature, turn the light on and off, turn the alarm on and off, which we'll probably talk about in a minute. So first of all, the temperature setting between 5 and 20 degrees. So we can serve or store any type of wine in this unit, from champagnes right the way through to red wine, and have it set at the perfect temperature. Temperature is important, but humidity is also important. Now, these units are set somewhere between 50 and 80% depending upon the ambient humidity. 65% is the perfect setting, so let's say we were looking at a subterranean wine cellar, for instance. So between 50 and 80 is exactly where we should be to make sure we get good length out of our wine. So temperature between 5 and 20, and the humidity between 50 and 80%. When we have a look inside also, you'll notice that we have solid timber shelving. Before we go on, that's that alarm I was talking about. So for the purpose of the exercise, we'll turn that off, and obviously that's just in case we accidentally leave the door open. Solid beechwood untreated shelving, so no varnishes and no stains, so no foreign odours in there. The reason we use beechwood is because it means the bottles can rest comfortably, much better than wire shelving, etc. Also in the unit, just at the top here, we have a charcoal filter. Now, that basically means that because these units breathe, if we have any foreign odours in the room, this charcoal filter, it's called an activated charcoal filter, will make sure that we filter those odours out and we don't get any excessive odours inside the unit, because obviously wines breathe through the cork, so we want to make sure that it's nice and pure. When we have a look also inside, you'll notice that we have LED lighting, which is a soft light, but it's not going to warm the unit excessively by leaving the light on. Talking of warming the unit, should we set this unit, let's say for instance at 16 degrees for red wines, and the ambient temperature drops below that, they have the ability to actually gently warm the unit and bring it back up to the temperature to make sure that it stays nice and constant, and that's extremely important when we talk about looking after the wine. Down in the base of the unit, we have a compressor. Now, the compressor is actually set on individual rubber mounts, which means that when the compressor starts and it moves, and they do because that's the nature of the beast, we don't get any excessive movement in the cabinetry work, so therefore again our wine will stay flat and comfortable and rest for as long as possible. So, recapping: stainless steel door, double glazed UV tinted glass, centralised control panel, temperature between 5 and 20 degrees, humidity between 50 and 80%. Charcoal filter to make sure we don't get any foreign odours, natural unstained beechwood shelving, obviously so that we don't get any odours, and the bottles will actually lay comfortably. LED lighting, soft light so that we don't warm the unit up. Compressor down in the base set on individual rubber mounts so we don't get any vibration. So there we have it, the UWK ES 1752 46 bottle capacity single zone wine cellar.